Hidden between wind-carved canyons in the heart of southern Jordan lies one of the world's most extraordinary ancient cities, Petra. Known as the Rose-Red City for the pink sandstone cliffs from which it was carved, Petra stands as a breathtaking testament to human innovation, ambition, and resilience. Once a thriving economic empire and center of culture, it was later forgotten by the world for centuries, buried under layers of desert dust, whispered about only in Bedouin legends. Today, it is celebrated as one of the new 7 wonders of the world, a UNESCO World Heritage Site, and a living monument to human ingenuity. But Petra is not simply a collection of monumental facades and rock-cut temples. It is a story carved into stone, a story of traders and kings, of desert survival and grand architecture, of rise, glory, and loss. To walk through Petra is to step into history, a history told not through words, but through the very face of the mountains.
Legend cloaked Petra long before scholars revealed its true past. Some believed it to be the biblical land of the Edomites. Others thought it was a refuge of treasure keepers, or even a city built by giants. In truth, Petra's story begins with the Nabataeans, an Arab tribe who migrated to the region around the 4th century BCE. Nomads turned city builders. They chose this hidden valley of rugged sandstone cliffs and narrow gorges for its defensibility and its proximity to major trade routes. Petra's location was strategic. It sat at the crossroads of ancient caravans carrying frankincense from Arabia, silk from China, spices from India, and precious metals from Egypt. With this, the Nabataeans evolved from nomadic herders into master traders and merchants. Wealth flowed, and with it came art, knowledge, and architectural ambition. Over time, Petra transformed. What had begun as a hidden desert stronghold grew into a sophisticated metropolis with temples, theaters, water systems, gardens, and palaces, not built atop the land, but carved directly into the mountainside. In a world where most civilizations erected stone blocks atop one another, the Nabataeans looked at mountains and saw cities waiting inside them.
No journey to Petra begins without passing through the Seek, a narrow, winding gorge nearly 1 mile long. Towering cliffs rise over 260 feet above, allowing only slivers of sunlight to paint the passage in shifting hues of gold and crimson. Every step creates suspense, as if crossing time itself. Hidden channels carved discreetly along the walls whisper of ancient engineering genius. These conduits once carried precious spring water from miles away, ensuring Petra's survival in the arid desert. The Nabataeans were masters of water, collecting it, storing it, and channeling it through a complex system of cisterns, dams, and aqueducts. Without this innovation, Petra could never have flourished. And then suddenly the canyon opens, and there it stands, Al-Khazneh, the Treasury. A monumental facade, 130 feet tall and carved with divine precision, glows like pink fire in the morning sun. Columns, statues, eagles, and mythological figures peer down as if time itself is carved into their stony eyes. Despite its popular name, the Treasury was not a vault of gold. Scholars believe it served as a royal tomb or temple, a grand expression of power and spirituality. Legends, however, endure. Locals once fired bullets at the urn atop the monument, believing treasure was hidden inside. The Treasury stands not just as architecture, but as an introduction, a promise of the wonders waiting beyond.
Once inside the valley, Petra unfolds like a dreamscape. Streets widen into plazas, temples rise from the desert floor, caves and carved dwellings spread across mountainsides like honeycombs. Ancient homes, workshops, and marketplaces hint at daily life in a bustling cosmopolitan hub. Petra's brilliance lay not only in its beauty, but in its practicality. The Nabataeans mastered hydraulic engineering, storing millions of gallons of water, agricultural terraces, growing crops in desert soil, trade diplomacy, forming alliances and controlling caravan routes, cultural fusion, absorbing Greek, Roman, Egyptian, and Mesopotamian influences. They were as comfortable negotiating with emperors as they were navigating the desert. Their wealth did not come through conquest, but through commerce, diplomacy, and water mastery. Petra was a crossroads of worlds, Eastern and Western, desert and oasis, carved permanence and nomadic spirit. Beyond the Treasury, Petra reveals its grand heart. The street of facades, rows of massive tombs and ceremonial chambers carved into cliffs, displaying Greek columns and Nabataean flourishes, a fusion of cultures etched in stone. The theater, carved from the mountain, not built of blocks, capable of seating over 6,000 spectators. Here, voices once echoed in celebration and mourning, in court, in ritual. The royal tombs, magnificent mausoleums of Nabataean kings. Their weathered fronts still carry the dignity of rulers whose names time has partially forgotten, but whose city lives on. The monastery, Ad-Deir, reached only after climbing more than 800 stone steps. It stands larger even than the Treasury. Once a temple, later a Byzantine shrine, it sits high above the valley like a silent guardian, watching the desert stretch endlessly beyond. Here, wind and history whisper to each other. Petra was a city of many gods and many beliefs. The Nabataeans worshipped deities, including Dushara, the chief god, and Al-Uzza, a goddess of power and protection. Shrines, altars, and sacred platforms still stand. Some gods were represented not as human forms, but as stone blocks and niches, symbolizing the divine as eternal and unknowable. This spiritual philosophy blended with Greek and Roman traditions, creating unique artistic forms, columns paired with sacred stones, temples paired with natural cliffs. In Petra, faith was not separate from nature, it was carved into it. By the 1st century CE, Petra had reached its golden age. Rome, recognizing the Nabataeans' wealth and strategic value, eventually absorbed the kingdom in 106 CE. For a time, Petra thrived under Roman influence. New roads, baths, and colonnaded streets appeared. Yet gradually, the trade routes shifted to favor sea routes, and Petra's bloodline began to drain. Then disaster struck. Earthquakes, especially the one in 363 CE, shattered buildings and infrastructure. With trade gone and water systems damaged, the city slowly emptied. By the early Islamic period, Petra faded from global memory. For centuries, only Bedouin tribes knew its secrets. To outsiders, it was a rumor, a lost city swallowed by sand and time. In 1812, Swiss explorer Johann Ludwig Burckhardt arrived in disguise, posing as an Arab scholar. Hearing whispers of a stone city in the mountains, he convinced Bedouin guides to lead him through the sick. When the treasury emerged, glimmering in golden light, he knew he had found a legend. His rediscovery brought Petra back into the world's imagination. Scholars, explorers, and adventurers soon followed, but so did treasure hunters, erosion, and tourism's pressures. Today, efforts protect and conserve Petra's delicate stone, preserving it for future generations. Modern Petra is not a dead city. It breathes. Bedouin communities still call the region home, and their traditions intertwined with its history. Travelers from across the globe walk the same canyon, marvel at the same carvings, listen to the same winds echoing through stone corridors. Petra stands today as a symbol of Jordanian heritage, a triumph of ancient engineering, a mystery carved from mountain and myth, a reminder that civilizations rise, flourish, adapt, and fade. Yet Petra did not vanish. It survived in silence, waiting until the world was ready to see its beauty again. The story of Petra is the story of human determination. In a barren desert, the Nabataeans imagined gardens. In mountains, they envisioned palaces. In natural silence, they carved culture and history into the earth itself. Petra teaches us that greatness can come not only from building upward, but from digging inward, into stone, into knowledge, into imagination. It shows that civilizations can disappear, but their dreams can remain etched in the world. Today, as the sun rises over the monastery or sets behind the treasury, coloring the stone in fiery gold and gentle rose, one cannot help but feel Petra is not merely a city, it is a living poem. A poem about time, resilience, and the human spirit's endless capacity to shape its world. In every pillar lies ambition. In every carving lies belief. And in every canyon shadow lies a whisper from the past. We were here. We built this. We endured. Petra is not lost anymore. It lives in stone, in stories, and in the hearts of all who witness its wonder.
Thanks for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Aras Connected, where history comes alive. Your support helps us uncover more incredible stories from the past. See you in the next video.